If you are over 50 and think creatine is just for bodybuilders, you need to hear this. Creatine supplementation after 50 does something to your heart that most doctors will not tell you about. What it does to your brain will genuinely shock you. And the liver effects? That is where this gets wild. I am talking about research from 2024 that changes everything we thought we knew about creatine for men over 50. Muscle gain, brain health, heart function, and metabolism. This is not your typical creatine video. And because I actually care about your health, comment active right now and I will send you my completely free 30-day workout plan designed specifically for men over 50. No cost, no catch, just results. Now let me show you what is really happening inside your body. The heart effect. Your heart beats 100,000 times every single day. That is over 2 billion beats by the time you hit 50. And here is what nobody tells you. Your heart runs on the exact same energy system as your muscles, something called ATP. Creatine is basically a battery charger for ATP production. But here's where it gets crazy. A 2023 study from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that men over 50 with higher creatine levels had a 23% lower risk of heart failure. 23%. That is not some tiny improvement, that is massive. The researchers were genuinely surprised because they expected maybe 5 to 10%, but the data showed something incredible. Your heart cells, especially after 50, struggle to produce energy efficiently. It is like trying to start a lawnmower that has been sitting in the garage all winter. Creatine acts like premium fuel. Suddenly, your cardiac muscle cells contract more forcefully and recover faster between beats. Now I know what you are thinking. But creatine causes water retention, and that is bad for my heart, right? Wrong. Creatine pulls water into your muscle cells, which is intracellular water, not the kind that makes your ankles swell. This actually helps your cells work better. Think grape versus raisin. You want plump, hydrated cells, not shriveled ones. And here is the part that blew my mind. A 2024 study from the Journal of Applied Physiology found that creatine supplementation in men aged 50 to 70 improved heart rate variability by 18% after just 12 weeks. Heart rate variability is how well your heart adapts to stress. Higher variability means better cardiovascular health. Lower variability is linked to every bad heart outcome you can imagine. But wait, there is more. As you age past 50, your body produces less nitric oxide, which keeps blood vessels flexible. Less nitric oxide means stiffer arteries and higher blood pressure. A 2023 study in Nutrients Journal found that creatine actually helped preserve nitric oxide production in older adults. When your cells have better energy thanks to creatine, they produce more nitric oxide. Your heart does not just get stronger, the entire highway system it pumps through gets upgraded too. The liver effect. Let me blow up a myth right now. Creatine does not destroy your liver. In fact, the opposite is true, and the research will shock you. Your liver performs over 500 different functions. It is criminally underappreciated. And here is something wild. Your liver actually produces about half of your body's creatine naturally. The other half comes from meat and fish. Your liver is one of the most energy-demanding organs in your body, second only to your brain and heart. It works 24/7 processing everything you eat, drink, and breathe. And just like your heart, it runs on ATP. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the Journal of Hepatology found that men over 50 supplementing with creatine showed improved liver function markers, specifically ALT and AST enzymes, which indicate liver stress when elevated, dropped by an average of 14% after 16 weeks. The researchers thought they might see no change or possibly an increase because conventional wisdom said creatine might stress the liver. But the opposite happened. Why? When you give your liver cells better energy production, they perform detoxification more efficiently with less cellular stress. Think of it like working a 12-hour shift exhausted versus working that same shift feeling energized. You make fewer mistakes and feel less stressed. But here is where this gets absolutely wild. Up to 40% of people over 50 have something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, even if they have never touched alcohol. It happens when fat accumulates in liver cells from poor diet and insulin resistance. A 2023 study from Nutrition and Metabolism examined creatine supplementation in older adults with fatty liver. The group taking creatine with moderate exercise showed a 21% reduction in liver fat over 24 weeks, compared to just 8% in the exercise-only group. 21%. Creatine helps your liver metabolize and burn the fat that has been accumulating and causing problems. Now let me kill another myth. Creatine damages your kidneys and liver, especially when you are older. This needs to die. This myth comes from isolated case reports from the 1990s where people with pre-existing disease took massive doses, sometimes 20 times the recommended amount. A massive 2024 meta-analysis looked at 67 trials involving creatine in adults over 45. The conclusion? No evidence of liver or kidney damage in healthy adults taking 3 to 5 grams daily. None. Zero. In fact, several studies showed improved markers. If your doctor says creatine will destroy your liver, they are working with information from the dial-up internet era. Science has moved on. The brain effect. This is where things get mind-blowing. Your brain is 2% of your body weight, but uses 20% of your total energy. It runs on glucose and ADP. At 20, your brain is a Formula One race car. By 50, it is a classic car that still runs well, but needs better fuel and maintenance. Here is what is happening. Your brain cells start experiencing mitochondrial dysfunction. Mitochondria are cellular power plants, and when they wear out, neurons cannot produce energy efficiently. This causes brain fog, slower thinking, and memory issues. That thing where you walk into a room and forget why? That is an energy crisis in your neurons, not just getting older. Your brain has its own creatine system, separate from muscles. A 2024 study from Brain Research gave men aged 55 to 75 grams of creatine daily for 6 months, then tested cognitive function. The results were shocking. Processing speed improved 14%. Working memory improved 19%. Executive function, your ability to plan and make decisions, improved 12%. The placebo group actually declined slightly, which is normal aging. But the creatine group reversed the decline. One researcher said it was like turning back the clock on cognitive aging by 5 to 7 years. 5 to 7 years of mental sharpness from a supplement that costs $20 a month. But here is where this goes from interesting to absolutely wild. A 2023 study from the Journal of Neuroscience looked at brain energy reserve. In younger people, the brain has plenty of spare energy. After 50, that reserve depletes, so when you are stressed or sleep-deprived, your brain runs out of gas faster. 6 weeks of creatine increased brain energy reserves by 22% in older adults. Your brain literally has more fuel in the tank to handle stress, learn new skills, or enjoy time with family without mental exhaustion. And this sounds like science fiction, but is real. Creatine might protect against neurodegenerative diseases. I am not saying it cures Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but a 2024 study in movement disorders found that early-stage Parkinson's patients taking creatine showed slower symptom progression over 18 months. Brain scans showed less dopamine neuron loss. Creatine protects mitochondria and neurons from oxidative stress and energy failure. Research on Alzheimer's in 2023 found higher brain creatine levels were associated with better memory preservation. This is not a cure, but slowing cognitive decline by even 20% could mean years of additional quality life. And my favorite finding, creatine protects against cognitive effects of sleep deprivation. A 2024 study had older adults take creatine for a month, then kept them awake for 24 hours. The creatine group performed significantly better on cognitive tests. Their brains had enough energy reserve to compensate for lack of sleep. And if you get up to pee 3 times a night like most guys over 50, creatine helps your brain cope better the next day. Creatine also enhances neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new connections and learn. A 2023 study found older adults taking creatine while learning a musical instrument showed faster learning and better retention. Brain scans showed increased neural connectivity. So if you have been putting off learning that language or hobby because you think you are too old, creatine might be the boost your brain needs to prove yourself wrong. The truth and what you need to know. So what does creatine actually do to your body after 50? Here is the truth. Creatine is not magic, but it is one of the most researched, safest, and most effective supplements for addressing the core issue of aging, which is cellular energy decline. Your heart working harder, your liver struggling, your brain fogging up. It all comes back to cells not producing energy efficiently. Creatine helps solve that problem. Within 1 week of taking 3 to 5 grams daily, your muscles store more creatine phosphate. You will notice more energy for physical activity. Within 2 to 4 weeks, cognitive benefits kick in. Less brain fog, better focus, improved memory. Within 4 to 8 weeks, heart function improves and cardiovascular system becomes more resilient. Within 8 to 12 weeks, liver function improves and fat metabolism increases. Now let me answer your concerns. Is it safe? If you are healthy, yes. Creatine is one of the most studied supplements with decades of research. However, if you have kidney or liver disease, talk to your doctor first. Will you gain weight? Maybe 2 to 5 pounds of water in muscle cells, not fat. This actually helps muscles function better. Most men over 50 need more muscle, not less. What type? Creatine monohydrate. It is most researched and cheapest. Fancy forms are not better. When to take it? Whenever you will remember. Consistency matters more than timing. Do you need to load? No. Just take 3 to 5 grams daily. Side effects? Mild stomach discomfort in some people, solved by taking it with food. Stay hydrated and you will be fine. Here is what you must understand. Creatine is not a replacement for fundamentals. It will not undo a bad diet, zero exercise, or poor sleep. Think of creatine as an enhancer of good habits. If you are eating reasonably, moving regularly, and sleeping decently, creatine takes you from good to great. But if you are eating junk, sitting all day, and sleeping 4 hours, creatine cannot fix that. Fix fundamentals first, then add creatine to enhance results. And this is why I created my free 30-day workout plan for men over 50. It builds strength without destroying joints, improves mobility without complicated moves, and increases energy without exhausting you. Comment "active" below and I will send it to you, completely free, because I genuinely want you to succeed. Here is the real truth. Creatine is one of few supplements that actually works, backed by real science, affordable, safe for most people, and addresses aging at the cellular level. Your heart, liver, brain, and muscles work harder than they should because they run on less energy. Creatine helps solve that. It does not make you 25 again, but it helps you function like your body did when energy was not a limiting factor. You think clearer, move better, feel stronger, and maintain independence that makes life after 50 enjoyable, not just survivable. You have got decades left if you take care of yourself. The question is whether you want those decades feeling like your body is betraying you, or having the energy and sharpness to enjoy life, family, and everything you have built. So there it is, the complete truth about creatine after 50. Not gym bro nonsense, not outdated fear-mongering, just science that makes sense. If this helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more real content, and comment "active" for your free 30-day workout plan. Drop your questions below and I will answer them. Your health is not something you should figure out alone. Now get out there and show the world that 50 plus is about optimization, not decline. You have got this.